Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to talk about call sheets. How important are they? How useful are they? Are they even necessary? In my opinion, call sheets are definitely necessary. They have all the information you need about the shoot, and they will provide all the information to the rest of the crew as well, so you can all stay on task and stay on time. And that's the most important thing when you're out doing a shoot, because time is money. So we need to make sure that we're all on the same page and we're getting this stuff done. And it's a great thing for the AD to turn to in order to keep the director on time, as well as if you're running a really small crew, it's great to let everybody know where you're at, especially talent, because most of the time and most of the people I'm working with are not professional talent. So I like to make sure that they know when it's their turn to go, because we want to stay on task and hopefully they're out of makeup by then and we can get them right in and right on set and get it rolling. So I don't want to go on and on about call sheets. I want to just take a look at a few of them. One that I use for my shoots all the time, so my just basic template, and then a few more from another couple producers. So let's look at the first one, which happens to be the one that I use all the time. So you'll see a lot of redacted information on here, and the reason for that is, just being protective of everybody else that was involved in the shoot. So at the top, I put the logo of the client that I'm working with, and sometimes I put my own logo right next to it, but on this one in particular, I just put their logo. And then I'll label it what the project is and who we're working with. I'll also put in the date of the shoot, the production company, myself, and director DP myself. As for AC, lighting, audio, whatever that may be, if it's a really small shoot, which this one happened to be, I'll also have their name down there as well. And from there, it's just the schedule. So it's really kind of going through the day and figuring out how we could hit these certain areas in these certain spots within the time frame that we have. And as you can see, this one was kind of rushed together. I didn't even put the 12 p.m., 2 p.m. on there. But it gives us a good idea of how much time we're going to need at each location and also transporting to each location. So this is everything that we have throughout the day. And then at the bottom, you're going to see who the client is, the producer director, and the assistant grip and the talent. We're going to have their name, phone, and email so that everybody has availability to these people. Let's look at another example. So this one was a quick one-day shoot, same type of layout, but what we have on here that we didn't have on mine is we have something that's a little more extensive, where it's the crew call time, client call time at the top, then we have a dog call time. We have the two locations at the top, and then we also have the weather. This is something that I'll add to my call sheets from time to time, depending on what we're doing. If it's mostly an indoor shoot, I don't tend to put the weather on there. The other thing that this producer has added is the location Wi-Fi, which is super helpful when we show up when we're having to dial in lights. And then this producer ended up putting the crew contacts here, everyone listed, and then the client's contacts. Then we also have the talent at the bottom, which is the trainer and our dog talent for this shoot. Then as we go over here on the schedule, we have the pre-pro scout, which a few of us showed up. The producer, myself, and the photographer all showed up to this. And we just wanted to check out the location. We ended up using an Airbnb, so we were able to get in there the night before and kind of give ourselves an idea for pre-light. And then from there, it's the schedule. And on the schedule, kind of the same thing. We build out blocks of time when we're hoping to hit this. And then we have a definite out on this house that we were at, because the house was an Airbnb and they extended our checkout to 1:30, which was nice. We were able to get a lot of those shots that we needed in the morning and then move on to the location. And this was a simple one-day shoot. Let's look at one more call sheet. On this one, we have the production company at the top here, and we have also all of the crew that's going to be on here, and then as well as the general call time for the crew. We have again the weather, and then we have the shooting call time. Right below that, we have the set location, parking, which can be difficult at times, so it is nice to have parking on there if it's going to be street parking or if it's going to be in a parking garage and you have to pay for it. Those are all great things to cover. And then another one that's typically on a call sheet is the nearest hospital. Accidents happen, things happen, we need to know where that's at. From there, they put the whole schedule on here, and same thing, trying to hit these times in order to get throughout our day, and this kept everybody on track and everybody was able to stay on the same page as to what we were trying to capture throughout the day. So there's not a lot of questions to the AD. We can all take a look at the call sheet and see where we're supposed to be at. On the other side of it, they have the clients, their information and when they're supposed to arrive, then as well as the talent of when they're supposed to arrive. We have the crew down below there, our arrival times as well as our names. And on this one, the production company decided to not put all our contact information on here. So as you can see, I think call sheets are great. I think they're super helpful and they definitely keep everybody on track. There is one story I want to tell that hopefully won't happen to you. Me and my AC had a shoot in Utah. We decided to drive there because that way we could take more equipment with us, and there wasn't really a airport that was going to be close for us to travel to and then drive. So we figured the drive time would be about 6 hours. Why not just drive? So we had a rental car. Well, there was a rock slide on I-70. We're in the Denver area, so it closed down all of I-70, and that was going to be our fastest route to where we needed to go. We needed to go to Hanksville, Utah. So I told my AC, go ahead and copy down the address, put it in the maps, and let's get going. So he decided to search it rather than copy and paste the address. So we ended up in Huntsville, Utah. Wasn't necessarily a horrible thing, got to know my AC a little bit more, but we went 5 hours in the wrong direction. So we went up through Wyoming and then had to come back down through Salt Lake and back down to Hanksville. Now, 70 was closed, so it was either go up through Wyoming and go down, or it was go down through the bottom side of Colorado. I honestly can't remember that other route. But needless to say, he's never done it again. He tells everybody on his sets now, copy and paste the address. Because we can put links on there, right? We can say, oh, here's a link. Maybe somebody opens it up in Apple Maps versus Google Maps, and then it sends them to a completely different location, which happens a lot. So if you copy and paste the address into your maps, you actually get the right location. In the end, I told him, I can't be mad at you because it's a mistake. We all make mistakes. Hopefully you don't make the same mistake again, and it's something we can laugh about now. You still want to be really nice and be kind to your crew because, again, mistakes happen. You're going to make mistakes. They're going to make mistakes. Hopefully they learn from it and they don't make the same mistake again. But when we drove back from our shoot, which was a week long, and we had to end up extending it there because we had a ton of rain, it only took us 5.5, 6 hours to drive back because I-70 had opened back up. So we had a good laugh about it, and like I said, we learned a little bit more about each other. Luckily, it was just a travel day, and we didn't have to shoot anything that day. So hopefully this is helpful, and in the end, be kind, be nice to each other, and put your phone down and be somebody.